Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, look what has just arrived. This is one of the original passenger cars for the Lionel 33. And this got here about, I don't know, an hour ago, something like that. This is courtesy of Ralph. Now, Ralph was the gentleman that actually gave me the 33 to begin with. So that was the whole beginning of this project. And then John Blair donated the track. And then I made a deal with Rick to swap a 999 and some cars for 3 of the original cars for the 33. The gondola, the boxcar, and the caboose. I made the flat car, of course, out of paint stirrers. And the original passenger car has just arrived. Now it's missing the rear coupler, so I just hooked up a wire tie for now. I wanted to do a quick video of the first run on the rail of one of the original passenger cars for the 33. Now, pulling 5 cars, this thing is getting really, really heavy. So I upgraded the transformer, went through the box to see what I had. I had this old dual control 100 watt amplifier, 100 watt transformer. And one side didn't work. I picked this up for $5, if I remember right, someplace on eBay. And the interesting thing about this is it's 100 watts, but it has an 18 volt output. And so I've just hooked it up to a lamp dimmer, and we're going to use that to run the 33 to pull all this additional weight. So without further ado, this is the first test of the original passenger car for the 33. So this thing is 105 years old. And that 90 watt Lionel transformer, I didn't think was going to be powerful enough to pull all this weight. So let's see how this goes. 100 watt, 18 volts. Let's see how this goes. And as you see, that is running just absolutely perfectly. So 5 standard gauge cars behind that 33. So one of the original passenger cars. This is really, really cool. Now Ralph also sent me a bunch of track, a bunch of curved track, and I think 4 or 5 straights. So I can actually expand this layout. Whether I'm going to or not, I don't know. But just want to do a quick video of the 33 running, pulling 4 of its original cars, plus that flat car that I built. Let's take this a bit faster. Like I said, this transformer is 18 volts. So it should have plenty of power to run this layout, or this consist. As you see, no problem running that at all. That's actually going quite fast. All right, let's turn it back down. Like I said, I'm controlling this with a lamp dimmer. So a Lionel 33 1914 with 4 of its original cars, and that flat car I made out of the trucks I found on eBay. Like I said, there was a box full of tracks, lots and lots of curves, and either 4 or 5 straights. And it's in fairly rusty condition, so I'll have to de-rust it. So if I do that, I will very likely de-rust all of it at the same time. And if I do that, of course, I'll do a video on it. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video of the 33 pulling 4 of its original cars. So the gondola, the boxcar, the caboose, and that original passenger car. It's actually the observation car. And as you see, this old locomotive is running just absolutely perfectly, pulling 5 standard gauge cars. There's a lot of weight behind that locomotive. And as you see, it's running just absolutely splendidly. Taking a lot of power to run this. Like I said, 100 watts at 18 volts. But it'll actually go much faster than this. I just didn't want it to come off the rail. So let's turn it up just a bit. Wow. That is flying around this rail. As you can see. All right, let's turn it down. So this old locomotive with that transplanted Marx motor is running just absolutely splendidly. Now I'm going to have to replace the main contactor. It looks like the spring fractured in that contactor. Of course, it's 105 years old. So I might transplant a Lionel roller onto the bottom instead of that contactor. It'd be much more efficient and a lot less drag. But it's running just absolutely splendidly. In any case, I just want to do a quick video of the first run of this original passenger car. As you can see, far from perfect, but even so, it's 105 years old, as is the Lionel 33, the gondola, the boxcar, and the caboose. The only new car, if you want to put it that way, is that flat car I made with the paint sticks and the trucks that I got on eBay. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on this, so I'll de-rust some of that other track, set it up, and I might go ahead and expand this layout. I'm going to have to remove this O-gauge rail to make room for it, but it would be an interesting experiment to see this thing running on a much larger track. So in any case, I just wanted to do a quick video of the Lionel 33 running with 4 of its original cars, 5 cars total, and this thing is running just absolutely perfectly. This was a very, very interesting project, I have to admit, and it was a lot of fun. And I'll tell you, it's really gratifying to see this old locomotive running as well as it is. And even though it has a transplanted Marx motor, the locomotive itself and these cars are all original, save for that flat car. So a big thank you to Ralph and to everybody else who's helped with this project. Much appreciated, everyone. So this thing is running just absolutely perfectly. Anyway, I've got to put some screws in this passenger car. The trucks are held on with paper joiners. So I'll get some screws for it. Either make a rear coupler for it out of a hacksaw blade, or I might go ahead and buy a couple of original couplers just to keep it as authentic as possible. But in the meantime, it's up and running. I have a wire tie on the rear right now to connect it to the caboose. But I'll very likely move the passenger car up towards the front somewhere. But I just want to do a quick video of its first run on the rail. So the Lionel 33 and 4 of its original cars, 5 standard gauge cars total. Gotta admit, this is a pretty cool old train set. I actually never thought I would own anything like this. It was a lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.